Thanks so much to CBSI for getting us this list. It's super awesome that we were able to get this out for you guys and share it with the comic book community.
That's right. CBSI makes this list every week, and we make this video to accompany it every Friday. So don't forget to hit that like, that subscribe button. And without further ado, let's jump into it at number 10.
Number 10, we have Spider-Girl's number 1, the Decal variant. Now, this is a 1 in 50 variant. It's currently going for $60, which is a little bit above ratio, because normally when you see a 1 in 50, it's going in the $40 to $50 range. You see a 1 in 100, it's going in the $90 to $100 range. So it's a little bit above there. There are lots and lots of sales of this out there. And with what's going on in the Spider-Verse right now, what's going on with Spider-Geddon and all of the other Spider tie-ins, there are a lot of people who are buying pretty heavily on these books. So you're going to see more of these 1 in 50s out there. It's a cool cover. It's great art.
That's right. Definitely a great cover, and it makes sense that this one's on the hot list.
Yeah.
Moving on to number 9, we have Batgirl, number 28, the Josh Middleton variant. Also another one that's not surprising. Josh Middleton is on this list regularly. He makes regular appearances just like Kate's does, just like Matina does. And this cover is awesome. Already all over Instagram. I'm seeing a lot of tags from this. It's a great book. And it's a smart pickup because Batgirl has had multiple variants that are just hot, and they've stayed hot.
They absolutely have. Middleton was doing Aquaman variants in the beginning of the new Rebirth run. He is going to be doing more variants up and coming for the new Aquaman variant. So while he continues to kill it on Batgirl, watch out for his Aquaman variants as well.
Coming in at $10 already. This book just came out.
That's crazy. Yeah, it came out 48 hours ago.
And this is actually one of my favorite Batgirl covers that's come out this year.
Almost as cool as the one with the skeleton on it.
That's right. And I think that was a little undervalued too.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little underrated, but
definitely.
Still really good books.
Number 8, we have Peter Parker Spider-Man number 76. Last week, this was a $1 to $4 book. Now we're seeing sales in the $20 to $30 range. We know that we have Jared Leto, who's going to be coming and doing the new Morbius movie. There is potential that the Morbius villain for this movie, Crown, first appearance in this book.
Pretty interesting. It's also the first appearance of Shock.
Yes, and if we end up seeing that Crown is in fact the villain in the Morbius movie, we should continue to see this on an upswing. Again, it's a little bit of speculation. We'll see what happens, but this is not an expensive book.
Definitely one in like those dollar bins.
Right,
I mean, it's only been a week. $30 in a week.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's crazy.
All right, there you go. Get to hunting. Moving on to number 7, we have Adventures of Sly Cooper number 2. Now, this is a PlayStation 2 game. I like seeing video games make this list. Video game comic books, rather. Because typically when they do, it's because they're selling for a good amount of money because no one knows about them. So I like bringing them up, and I'm glad CBSI does as well. So this book, issue number 2, sold recently for $100. Have you ever heard of this book?
I was aware that there was a 2-part Sly Cooper book out there. I've never owned one. I've never actually seen one in person. But yeah, a lot of the video game books, they came out as a promotion to try and get more people to buy the video games. And understand that when you were convincing your parent to spend $50 or $60 on a video game, you didn't care about the comic book. You cared about the video game. So a lot of these comic books just were not taken care of by kids.
Sounds crazy, but video game comic books, this is actually pretty common to see spikes for these early appearances. I think of things like Sonic the Hedgehog number 1, Archie. It's a $25 comic book all day.
The print run was massive on that, and it's still a $25 book all day long.
9/8 are going for over $100.
Right.
Have you seen the Sonic the Hedgehog, the 1/4 promo?
I have actually had that a couple times before. It's very, very flimsy. It's like an 8-page ash can, but it's all on newsprint. It's very condition sensitive.
Goes for like $100.
God, that's crazy.
All right. Then you have things like Mortal Kombat. I've brought Mortal Kombat, shout out Mr. Gigi, on the mic before, but
the big Goro cover with the, I love that.
Okay, well,
one.
that one is, that's okay. First off, that's actually one of the earliest comic books I ever purchased.
Yeah.
Why not purchased? What am I saying? Or the earliest comic books my dad ever gave me.
Yeah.
It's that Goro cover, silver.
I love that.
But you know what? I looked it up. It's like $25 now. Like, what's happening? But no, I'm talking about the vintage, like 1992 Midway Rare Collection promos that have come out. Those go for like, they start at like $40. It's like, these are high print stuff, but the collectors care about them because they played these in, when they were younger, and they're willing to pay to get them back.
Right.
Now, we always have to mention, if there's video games, we have to mention Super Mario. We have the special edition number 1 by Valiant.
Yeah.
There were 2 different copies of that, one special edition and one #1. Both of those go for over $20.
They definitely do. And a lot of that early Valiant, people didn't know that they had the Nintendo properties before they ended up getting the Gold Key and Dell properties with Turok and Magnus and Solar. But yes, so you have early Zelda and early Super Mario Brothers comics that came out on Valiant Comics.
Do you know of any other like deep cut?
The
video
super
game?
interesting one is in 1983 and 1984, Marvel Comics produced a video game magazine called Blip, B-L-I-P, and it was like a coin-op stand-up video game magazine. And I have a few issues of it at the shop, but in issue #1, there is actually a debut of Donkey Kong and the Mario Brothers in the Donkey Kong video game. First appearance in a comic book, 1983 Blip.
Dang. What do you know offhand what that book goes for?
$100, $125, something like that. It's very scarce, and again, it's one of those, it was more of a magazine-size thing, so they're not going to be in good condition if you find them.
I appreciate that deep cut.
Oh, yeah. Well, moving on to #6, we have Fantastic Four King Size Annual #6.
What is going on with this?
This is the first appearance of Annihilus.
This is, I don't know what's
there
happening
is
with this.
speculation. Again,
Can you explain?
We hear that word again. Okay.
Explain it all. I want you to try to explain what just happened.
You can blame Mark Ruffalo. You can blame toy packaging. You can blame whatever you want. There is a lot of signs that are pointing to the potential that Thanos may not be the big baddie in Avengers 4 Part 2 Electric Boogaloo. We may very well see Annihilus in this because Thanos is kind of recovering and his Black Order guys are all gone. So we're going to see other bigger, badder villains is pretty much the whole speculation about this. Now, regardless of what Hulk's going to wear, regardless of whether, Thor is going to have a new helmet or a new haircut and whether Rocket the Raccoon has a new gun, I mean, we know that there are going to be more big, bad, exciting things happening in this. And the speculation right now is that Annihilus is going to be in the new movie as the villain. Fingers crossed. And this one, Fantastic Four King Size Annual #6, the first appearance of Annihilus, is one to watch. Spiking heavily. We were looking at this book in a 7.0 grade at $100 last year. We're now seeing them going for $600. I had a reader grade that I sold on eBay, ripped cover, big chunk taken out of it. I had 4 offers over the period of a week. I sold it for $35, and I'm happy with that price because, again, it was a reader copy and I'm passing it on to the community. But yes, this book has been super, super hot because of the speculation.
I don't know. I've read the reports. I watched the Mark Ruffalo, this little skit he did with Jimmy Fallon.
He was pulling a Tom Cruise jump on the couch.
It was fun. It was fun, but I didn't really see anything that pointed to Annihilus just yet. But what I did find was in 2017, James Gunn, back when he was actually working on Guardians, him mentioning that he would like to see Annihilus as a villain at some point. That's interesting.
It is.
I don't know.
So James Gunn wants to see Annihilus killing it, just like these next people who were killing it with these finds this last week.
Ooh, that's right. We have to give a shout out, pay respects to the community because they're going out. The community is going out and hunting, finding success, and we got to pay our respects.
So Erod212 found the Red Sonja New York Comic-Con variant.
I'm jealous.
It's so good. That's one that I want.
Charlie Hotel 6 got the Source #1, the Source #1 black variant, and that awesome red and blue hand glow-in-the-dark variant.
That is great. Mixon 210 got Border Town #1 variant and the Life of Captain Marvel #3, that Joe Quesada with the crazy hair variant.
Dear_Insanity88 got a Batman Damned. He got that Life of Captain Marvel multiple variants. Like, he got the good ones.
Oh, yes. Yeah, the Jen Bartel variant and the Joe Quesada variant.
Yeah, killed it. It's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and this next person, we're going to have to wait because they actually had some success and they didn't even know that it was going to make the list.
You know what? This is why you got to pay attention to CBSI on Instagram. You got to pay attention to their website. Got to follow me and Tom on Instagram and watch this channel because we are going to get you the information as quickly as we can, the second it comes out sometimes.
But we need to move on to #5 on the list. Rejected. #1, the second print. Really?
You know, the first print we know had like fewer than 2,000 books printed, and there were multiple different covers, and we had a lot of people shouting out to us, showing us the different covers. We had to call out to the community and found covers we didn't even know existed. And now the second print, what's it going for, Tom?
Right now, okay, so the first print, it actually dropped down to $20 for a little bit, and then it spiked back up to $50. So that's the first thing that happened. This second print is already going for between 30 and 40 bucks. It's an awesome cover, and the community likes it. Like, this is a really good horror comic book, and it's indie. Indie getting some love. I like it.
Awesome. That is super, super cool. Number 4, Unstoppable Wasp. Number 1, the Yasmin Putri variant. This is a 1 in 50 variant. It's going for $135.
It's a gorgeous cover, man.
It really, really is. An Unstoppable Wasp number 1, it was a few months ago. And a 1 in 50 variant. With number 1s, you're going to see people buying more and more of these. But Yasmin Putri has been doing a fantastic job with some of those DC variants. And this one is just absolutely gorgeous. It is selling for many, many times higher than what you would expect in the ratio. 135 for this is a lot, but if you get a chance to pick it up, it's really a good one to put in the collection.
Community wants it.
Yep.
All right, moving on to number 3. We have Return of Wolverine number 1, the second print. This is the reason why you got to follow us on IG. Comic Tom 101.
Got to follow me at Milgy Comics, and you should also follow Comic Book Invest because we will get you this information as quickly as possible. I got an email on Monday. I screenshotted it and I posted it to Instagram. I tagged you, I tagged CBSI, you guys tagged everyone. And within 30 minutes, everyone that we knew was aware of the fact that they accidentally put 2 pages of Star Wars Dr. Aphra into the second print of Return of Wolverine number 1.
Whoops.
This book went from cover price to $30. Now, when I initially posted that, I was very, very clear that it wasn't a recall. They weren't asking us to destroy anything, but they would be replacing these error copies. And the community has decided that drive the price up. Shops weren't selling them. We know that I got 50 copies of the first one and only got 4 copies of this. And one of them we are going to be giving away to the comic book community.
Oh, that's right. Don't forget to hit that like, that subscribe button. And we want to know what you think about error print comic books. Because if you put that in the comment section below, next week you'll go in for a drawing and we'll send this out to you. Very, very cool. And we do have to give a shout out to Mr. Comic Book Cook.
Comic Book Cook, who happens to follow all of us on Instagram, found 2 copies of this book early. And like I said, we know shops aren't selling it. They aren't going out there. Just another reason. All of the information's in the bio down below. Click the links and follow.
Yeah, come say hi. Moving on to number 2, we have Invincible Iron Man number 10, the second print, making it so hot this week. I know, right?
What a crazy list. I mean, seriously, okay. So far on this list, we have 2 books that are second prints that made it, that are selling for many multiples more than they should. And then we have 2 books that were only $2 or $3 last week, and
a week
now
ago.
They're...
First off, why is this book even on the list in the first place?
Tell me, Tom.
Okay, Gwyneth Paltrow, who plays Pepper Potts in Avengers, shown in armor as Rescue. This is the first appearance of Pepper Potts as Rescue.
Okay, so Iron Man number 10, first appearance of Pepper Potts as Rescue.
That's right.
And the first prints of number 1 have been going up.
The second print is done by Salvador La Roca and actually shows Pepper Potts on the cover with the armor in scene.
It's a very, very cool variant, and this one is going for $75 to $100 right now. But don't even worry about it being a second print because there is a secret variant as well.
Wait, a secret variant to this?
There's a secret variant of this. So there's one where Tony is lying on the table, and there's one where it's
with his
Iron Man
mask
on the table.
off.
Yeah, there's one with no mask and one with a mask on. And the information that we have is the one of the mask on was a secret variant that was issued to shops with a different barcode number. We're not 100% certain with all the information on that, but Nick over at Key Collector was giving as much information as he could.
Very good. Appreciate that. Shout out to Nick. And this is interesting because we have a key moment in this issue, first appearance of Rescue, but the issue 2 actually has Rescue on the cover. We have a secret variant of number 3 and then just a standard first print. So there's like 3 different reasons to buy this comic book that was all super cheap until recently. All right, Russ, I am so stoked because this week a comic book I've been waiting for a while came out.
We have been waiting for this comic book for a very, very long time, and I have been getting questions about this variant for months. I cannot tell you how many people have hit me up on Instagram going like, hey, are you going to be getting this variant? Hey, can I earmark this variant? Hey, are you able to do this variant?
I know.
No.
And then meanwhile, you and I are on the phone going, how many hundreds of copies do we need to get?
So we contacted our Marvel rep around this one to see if there was any way we could get any more copies of number 1, SpiderGwen Ghost Spider number 1.
Heck yeah, Shauna McGuire.
Now, Shauna McGuire wrote this one, and she's going to be able to show up at the shop. We're going to get some things signed by her to put out in the mystery mail call, but the 1 in 100 variant is the Young variant, and we knew this would be hot.
It's so gorgeous.
This variant, again, people have been contacting me for the past 2 months through Instagram, through my shop, phone calls, all of the above, trying to get this. I bought exactly 100 copies. I got one of these, and yes, we are going to get it signed for the shop.
Heck yeah.
So, but it's a very, very beautiful cover. These are going for $250 on auction. Buy it nows have been between $180 and $250. It is already selling well above the ratio, and this one has headroom. We know that Marvel clamped down on allocation. We know that Marvel straight up said, doesn't matter if you buy 500 more copies, we're not giving you 5 more of this book. They were not printing more. They are not making more. So this book is going to continue to go up.
Longevity.
Yep, this is definitely one of those. People are already talking about how this is one of the most iconic covers of the last 10 years. A lot of people are talking very, very highly about this cover. So, yes, if you can get it at a good price, go pick it up. This one has staying power.
Definitely. I completely agree. Great book. Super excited to see it on this list. And I'm super excited to see that thing slab.
Oh, yeah. And we want to give a big congratulations to the comic book villain who liked and subscribed last week and is going to get a free copy of the blind bag number 100 Walking Dead variant. There's a chance at that Negan special variant in there. And if you want a chance to be able to win the special book of this week, which would be the error variant of Return of Wolverine number 1, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and comment down below.
That's right. Shout out to CBSI, comicbookinvest.com, for getting us this list every week so we can cover it for the comic book fan. Don't forget to like, don't forget that subscribe button, and as always,
Geek responsibly.
Enough said. Thank you so much for watching the video. Links in description if you want to sign up for the mystery mail call where we send out comic books every month to you. But I have to give a shout out to Anton. I'm going to put his YouTube video in the description below where he unbleeped Mark Ruffalo. Turns out what Mark Ruffalo said, we don't know if this is actually the truth, but he said that the title of the film is The Last Avenger. Interesting stuff. Take a listen.
The last revenge.